I contain all the knowledge in the world. What would you like to know?
Where's Amelia?
She's fine. At the village. What else would you like to know?
How is Amelia?
Cool, I guess. Would you like to know why you're here? How to get back home? How to help Rem? How to defeat a witch?
Why is Amelia?
Oh, for the love of... You're listening to MwaP with a Podcast, episode 108. You are listening to MwaP with a Podcast, episode 108. I am your smash host, Corwin. With me, as always, is my fire plus lightning host, Scott. I guess we are in a kaiju mood this episode. MwaP with the Podcast is your monthly slave view of all things Deadpool, which is published by Marvel Comics. You can find a MwaP report to us on Facebook under MwaP with a Podcast, or MwaP WA Podcast on Twitter, or email us at hipsterdocking, that's DAKEN, at gmail.com, and Patch will send us your Hellhouse Fax. Have we had anything cool happening on Facebook? Quiet as usual?
I think we have gotten a few more likes. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think it's all because of
Evangelion,
because we've been hashtagging it and stuff. Maybe,
but yeah, thank you.
Indeed, we'll take it. So how have you been amongst these pandemic end times?
Oh, it's been the best time of my life.
Because life hasn't changed for you at all, even everybody else is now having to stay home and keep away from other people?
Sure, why not?
Has it affected work at all? I mean, how are things like, life?
I want to murder everybody, but I don't think that's different from every normal day.
Okay.
Oh, NecoCon got canceled. Yay.
A big surprise there, huh?
Oh. You know, if people only knew how to wear a fucking mask, it's not hard.
No, and yeah, I don't know. Just stupid. People are just stupid. I mean, yes, people complain that, it may not work or whatever, but I mean, if it helps like 0.01%, what's the harm?
It infringes on my rights.
Yeah, anyway. And the parents doing all right?
Yep. Yeah, my mom doesn't have to go back to school. Schools won't reopen till November.
November?
We'll see how well that goes.
Shit. For us, go ahead.
The buildings aren't supposed to open up till November.
Okay, gotcha. So everything is online.
Correct.
Yeah, schools are supposed to start here. They pushed it back to like August 21st, but then all of a sudden now it's like August 10th. But we are doing the complete online distance learning. So they have to sit in front of basically they're like going to live streaming classes. So they're sitting in front of a monitor for every period and stuff like that.
While offhandedly just playing video games.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I can make them clean only so much in one day. I mean, it got to the point where there's really nothing for me to tell them to do, and yeah, they just play Apex Legends all day.
Go find a cure for COVID. But Dad, that's not possible. I said.
Yeah.
And talk about things not possible. We're really stretching the news here. It's time for the news nobody pays attention to. Corwin, we have one credible item to regurgitate.
Really, just one?
Yep. Deadpool for Deadpool from X-Men Wolverine Origins Funko Pop is now available exclusively at Walgreens.com.
Do we care?
I had to find something in the news. This is all I could find.
I mean, is it the cowboy hat and the leather jacket, or? Oh, Deadpool. Sorry, it's the terrible looking Deadpool.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, we don't care.
Again, it's the only news item I could find. But should we talk about the thing from Rob Liefeld?
Do we want to?
Corwin,
sure. Why not?
I wrote almost 1,000 words response to Rob Liefeld.
1,000 words, huh?
Yeah.
This ought to be interesting.
Hold on. Let me bring up what this genius said. So, his response on to cover a lot more than games. Why wouldn't they? Liefeld replied. I'm just going to tell you right now. Screw movies. Screw this whole Deadpool movie talk, okay? Here's what I would say. Hey, Disney. Hi, it's Rob. You paid $70 billion for Fox, okay? You paid $70 billion. You can't run your Disney parks, which are 50% of your overall earnings, and they have been shut down for 5 months. You have no way to get your $3 billion worth of movies to theaters. No Mulan, no Black Widow, no Eternals. Liefeld's point centers around the fact that Deadpool 3 seemingly a non-starter for the Marvel movie slate. Disney would be looking to monetize the character in different ways, particularly in the efforts of the pandemic, make drawing or digital animation more achievable and monetizable than live action. This is what Liefeld had to say. Animators can work from home. Digital artists can work from home. Deadpool's kind of popular. Deadpool cartoons, Deadpool video games. Of course they would be making them. Iger, whoever's running the ship over there, what are you doing to get your return of $70 billion? Of course they should be making more Deadpool video games. Of course they should be making Deadpool cartoon. What the hell? Then Liefeld goes on to talk about, the MCU. Kevin Feige, love you, buddy. You're a genius. But there are other geniuses. The guys that made Into the Spider-Verse, geniuses. Disney had nothing to do with that. Disney had nothing to do with Deadpool, Deadpool 2, or Logan. Let these other lieutenants make you a return on your investments. I don't need another Deadpool movie. Don't need it. 2 great ones. They're perfect.
Not
okay.
bitter much, huh?
Let's break this down. This is why I told you, hey, when are we recording? Because I need to do some homework.
Okay.
You love it when I do homework on these things, don't you?
I mean, you just always pick, like, the most... Anyway, let's hear it.
Dear Rob. Hey, hi, can I call you Rob? Mr. Liefeld? Let's have a chat. Disney acquired 20th Century Fox for $71.3 billion. Not 70. Let's not try to sell them short here. Of course, 13 of the $71.3 billion they spent actually went towards to pay off the debt that 20th Century Fox had accumulated over the years. Of course, also out of the deal, $10.6 billion worth of Fox Sports had to be sold off, which was bought up by the Sinclair Broadcast Group, so Disney can meet with standards of not having a monopoly on sports broadcasting. So when you're asking Disney, what are they doing with $70 billion they spend on Fox? They're actually readjusting themselves financially since they lost money acquiring said company. They have a few other concerns at the moment on that front than what to do with the IPs they have acquired. The Disney parks are not 50% of Disney's income. Investopedia, an investor website, reported back in March 2020 that $69 billion that Disney made in the 29 fiscal year, only 37% of that came from the Disney parks, experiences, and products, which is merchandising. While that's a majority of the income, 35% also comes from its media networks. Furthermore, the parks at the time of your statement are now operational. Yes, programmers and animators can work from home, But let's take a look at video games. We are currently in the transition of 2 new console generations this year. Right now, developers are transitioning to the new tech. Not only that, but the Unreal Engine 5 was announced, and with Unreal being the most common game engine, developers will soon be learning the new ins and outs. The point trying to be made is that even if Deadpool will be getting a new game, the world would not be seeing it for some time. Some developers have also reported that working from home is also causing some issues at work and is still required to be done back at the offices. How is motion capturing also supposed to be done in this current pandemic crisis, by the way? While on acting, what about voice actors? Does every actor have the proper mic and studio setup to record their lines? This is going to be a big task for audio engineers. Now, if you want a low-quality mobile game, then sure, the world can get that ASAP. But how would that make Deadpool look? As for animation, what is the structure of the show? Where is the show airing? What is the style of animation? Is it 3D, 2D, both? News to the world, but when was The Simpsons, Bob Burgers, and Family Guy canceled during the Fox acquisition? It's hard to assume that other Fox animation properties are still being made instead. Who will be animating the Deadpool project? In-house production? Out-of-house production? Even if a new animated show was announced to start production, it still will not be seeing the light of day come September. Even YouTube animations take time. Yes, 3 of Disney's biggest movies have been delayed. Great to know you don't see New Mutants as a property you have personally worked on in the past, making over $1 billion. Is it hard to believe that Disney greenlit Deadpool 3 right now and have it in theaters by the end of the year to make up their $3 billion loss? But hey, I'm a small town pizza lawyer, and you know all the ins and outs of the movie industry. How's your Netflix and Studio 8 movies in development coming along? I'm assuming great, as you're not lambasting those companies. Extreme Universe Stealth Drop on Netflix this year, I presume. Now, Kevin Feige does oversee all Marvel, including properties that are at other companies, including Into the Spider-Verse. While he's not single-handedly responsible for it, he still approved it. Yes, there are other geniuses out there not at Disney, like the genius Simon Kinberg, who gave us Dark Phoenix, that lost $150 million. You can add that to the already $13 billion debt that Disney had acquired from 20th Century Fox. Maybe Disney can hire a genius to make creative decisions for them, like trying to snipe an amazing artist from a friend and getting themselves fired for it. Those are the leaders we need. Also, the geniuses you named were all white males. Maybe we're making a point of other great minds that are killing it who aren't at Disney. Maybe you should be thinking of people of color and women. That would actually be a bigger insult to how Disney is doing things wrong. Now, the only other movie I can think of that has a genius behind it that's from Fox is the Logan director, and he's working for Disney now on Indiana Jones 5. Mr. Liefeld, there's a pandemic. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is going to get better right now for a while. The amount of time I spent arguing your points right now could have been used to talk to loved ones that are at high risk, or actually making a difference in the world by telling people to wear a fucking mask and be safe. Do the same. Stop arguing about Deadpool 3 for a while. It will happen. Give it time. When Disney can actually move and not worry about if theaters will be open or the 100,000 employees that they are trying to keep safe and paid, or the debt they inherited to pay off, then maybe they will announce some magical ideas. Until then, do a sketch of Deadpool saying wear a mask, put it up for auction for the proceeds to COVID relief. Make a real difference right now. That would be a genius idea. Stay safe out there. A genius Deadpool fan, Scott Bechtel.
Okay.
Did I make any valid points?
I would say so.
Also, we have some Hellhouse Faxes.
Yay, Hellhouse Fax.
This one is from Alan Trusno. YouTube fame is leading marketing platform agency designed to help you skyrocket your YouTube channel to the next level. Keep reading.
Bastard.
Okay, that's spam. Next one. This one is from Sabnam. Hello, my name is Sabnam. Web development manager, and I work for 150 experienced plus IT professionals who are into industry-specific web development, redesigning and redeveloping website, UI UX design, e-commerce and m-commerce website development, logo design, social media cover page design, GPS, GPRS based app. If you're interested in any one service, then I can send you a package, some web samples, and past work details. Our price is economical based on your needs. Thanks. Regards, Sebnam. Here's another one from Brandon. Hello. We help our clients establishing a robust online presence. We offer SEO recommendations for your website to enhance your Google page rankings. If you want, we can share your SEO audit report of your website. The report will give you a good idea in arenas. Yeah, it actually says arenas that require immediate attention. We look forward to your positive response. Thanks and regards, Brandon.
Okay.
This one's in a totally different language, but it's spam. Here we go. We have one from Patrick. Hi, dear sir or madam. Hopefully you and your family are safe during this during this pandemic time. I would like a quick check if you're looking for any below mentioned services. And my company's sales.
Terrible.
We'll get in touch with you. Our services include 1. Website design and development. 2. E-commerce website development. 3. Mobile application development. 4. Digital marketing. 5. White label reseller services for above service. May I know if you are interested in any of these services? If you are interested, then I can send you a price list, company information, and an affordable quotation with the best offer. Thanks, Patrick.
Okay.
COVID-19, China is guilty. Evidence of manipulation of China's COVID-19. COVID-19, China as capable evidence.
Okay. Yeah, enough of that.
All right, I got through all over spam.
Okay. I'm glad that's like making you laugh so much.
Remember, you can email your spam to us at hipsterdockin@gmail.com.
Or not, and just say that you did.
Patch will read your Hellhouse Fax. All right. Do you want to go into the books? Do you want to talk about ReZero? Do you want to do Monty's predictions?
Let's do... I have to come up with some Monty's predictions, so... Let's,
Corwin, I have to ask, if your schools are all online, how, and your kids don't need to take the bus to school, how will they do their homework? Because if they're anything like their father, they do their homework on the bus.
Well, their lives won't be as busy as mine, so they won't be cooking and taking care of children and working. All kind of craziness, so. And will they really be called homework then if they do it? Because they're going to be at home all the time anyway. So they don't have any schoolwork? Anyway.
Oh, by the way, what was it? Was it Nikolai, the picture you posted recently? Like a month ago on the beach?
Yes, the 2 pictures, the old and the new, yes.
Yeah, by the way, your son and I have the same hairstyle right now. I haven't had a haircut since February.
Oh man. Oh, I didn't tell you. I shaved my head.
It got that bad?
In the middle of March, I was just like, you know what? Forget this. Yeah, no barbers are open, but my hairline has been receding anyway. So I said, you know what? Screw it. So I shaved my head back in March. Been rocking the bald head ever since.
Have you discovered, like, the golf ball lumps and shit?
No. Golf ball lumps. What do you mean?
Sometimes when people shave their head, all of a sudden they discover, like, why do I have a dent?
Oh, and no.
Or why do I have this random-ass bump on the side or something?
Nah. Nothing weird yet. Well, nothing weird. Can't even say yet. It just sucks because I have to shave it like every other day.
Yeah. See, I'm lucky enough that I can just wear a hat to work, but it's getting to the point where hats aren't even fitting on my head. Like, just to put it out there for people, I grow froze.
You need to take some pictures, man, before you cut it, and do something fun with it.
It's so funny when I get in the shower and I just I'm gonna shake my head. I can just feel my curls just waving water all over the place. Hair just covers my ears. I mean, look, I totally get that we can't get haircuts or anything. I'm just saying it's just hilarious now.
Well, some people are some barbers are coming out to people.
My barber decided to retire because he said, "Fuck this."
He retired?
Yeah,
nice.
Well, he owned a building, so he just sold the building because it's like, oh, you can't use a blow dryer. Oh, you can't trim beards. Oh, you can't do, all these guidelines. He just said, fuck it.
You can't use a blow dryer?
Yeah, because I don't know. I guess because the blow dryer can blow COVID around the room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. I didn't really think of it like that, but wow.
Yeah, so put Nikolai on the line, and him and I will talk about, hairstyles.
Well, he's been growing it since birth, so it's nothing new to him.
Anyway, so should we just get into the books?
Let's get into the books.
All right. Our rating system: a buy is a party time fruit liquor, a browse is a 0.1, a low 0.1 is a gentleman's decoy, and as always, a burn is a decoy. Now, I actually went back and listened to the last episode we did for Monty's prediction.
Mm-hmm.
We said we were going to rename the decoy a Major X. So, are we still calling it decoy, or are we changing it to Major X? What's the official...
I vote for Major X.
Okay, let me just change it in notes. So, from now on, everybody, a decoy will now be known as a Major X.
Sorry, Rob.
No, hashtag not sorry. Oh yeah, also, remember how one time we did a ranking system on Taco Bell items?
No, since I don't eat Taco Bell, no.
Oh, well, we did a rating system, episode 9. We said, double tacos where it was a buy.
Oh, okay, just for food. Okay, for Deadpool's chimichanga addiction. Got you, okay.
Yeah, so we said a burn was a, Fiesta potatoes. No longer on the menu. They discontinued it.
We predicted it.
Yeah, well, Fiesta potatoes were fucking nasty, man. I don't know why people... I remember at the one place I worked at one time, it was I'll be like, hey, I'm going to Taco Bell. What does everybody want? And, I would always have to order, 5 Fiesta potatoes. I'm like, this shit is so bad.
How did they...
especially, who goes to Taco Bell to get potatoes?
I was just going to say, it's just how do they make the potatoes? It just sounds... I don't know. I don't
it's
eat...
Taco Bell.
I don't eat beef or... I don't eat beef or pork, so I've never really eaten Taco Bell food to begin with, so it's all new.
Oh, man. One time Taco Bell, they had a crispy chicken quesadilla, was initially chicken nuggets inside quesadillas. Oh, that was so good, but it was limited time only. Also, next time Nacho Fries comes back, you have to get those.
Why? Why? No. Yeah.
No. They're normal French fries.
Yeah, with nachos? Nah.
No. It comes with the nacho cheese, but then it also has like the Dorito chips spice flavoring thrown on them. Oh, have you
Maybe.
had the Baja Blast?
I don't eat Taco Bell. I haven't been to Taco Bell in
It's lime Mountain Dew.
in, how old am I? Um, in over 25 years, and
Or
I don't
it's
really drink soda
12:39
much.
right now. Taco Bell closes at 1. We have time to get to Taco Bell.
No thanks.
All right, you want to take us into our first book?
Oh, it's on me? Sure. What is our first book, by the way? Oh, it's not the Pastel Vision, so it has to be the other one.
We only have one.
Okay, so we are talking about Deadpool number 5, written by Kelly Thompson, penciled by Gerardo Sandoval, inked by Victor Nava with Gerardo Sandoval, and colored by Chris Sotomayor. So, Deadpool seems to have an issue because Bloodstone keeps showing up and hanging around, and he even makes a joke that what does he say? It's months ago. No, not that one. He said, I don't usually say this to insanely hot women, but God, women, can you please leave me alone? So she's kind of getting on his case about Jeff, the land shark, who is currently playing with Smash Smash, a huge, like, well, not even a huge, a teenage kaiju who's living off of Monster Island in the water with near Deadpool's kingdom. Of course, him being a teen and stuff, Bloodstone is concerned that Deadpool can't keep this kid under control, which of course happens as soon as she kind of mentions it as he goes off to Manhattan. So Deadpool with Bloodstone and Jeff in tow decide to go to Manhattan and try to stop this being from destroying Manhattan, but all these word balloons are all about destruction, fire and lightning, and kaijus want to do what kaijus do, I guess. So Deadpool tries to reason with him. He doesn't really talk back. He kind of talks in icons, and he's able to blow fire. But Deadpool tries to talk him out of it, tell him, let's get back to the island. We need to keep things peaceful with the humans. Unfortunately, Smash Smash doesn't listen, and at one point he tries to eat Jeff. So, Deadpool throws down, knocks him out, and then is like, okay, let's stop this. Well, actually, first he demands that, I'm the king. You're gonna have to do what I say. I'm the ruler. We need to go back to the island. But of course, Bloodstone points out that this kid's a teenager, so he's gonna be in his rebellious phase. He's not gonna listen to Deadpool, which he doesn't, and eventually he fries 2 tourists, which makes Deadpool sad because now Deadpool does have to put him down, and he's none too happy about it. So the issue ends with Deadpool standing over the body, kind of feeling bad about what happens. Elsa stands next to him, actually holds his hand, and just starts mentioning that, he tried and he is good. He is a good ruler. He is a good, what did she say? Not person, but she says, I think you're maybe really good at this, and with a little help, you might be able to make a beeping difference, which is more and better than almost anything I ever see these days. So the issue kind of ends with a somber note, but she's holding his hand, trying to lift his spirits. Oh, and then he does make a comment of what he looks like under his mask, and she's like, what does she say? I've been looking at monsters my whole life, Wade. Looking at your face is like looking at a boring wallpaper. So a friendship, maybe a romance is kindled?
Maybe. Can I go to the letter page real quick?
I didn't read it, but yeah.
No, I was just browsing it real quick. Here's one. Love your work. PR. This is great PR, PR. Thank you. Can I be Prince of Monster Island? Keith. I would never name my son and heir Keith. Sorry.
Wait, is that the first page or the second page?
Second letter page.
Where is Logan?
Hail to the king, baby. Hell yeah!
Oh, okay. So they're more than you think it makes sense, but it's more than one. Okay. I don't even
But
know the
yeah,
answer.
no, I love this.
This was fun. Sad, but you know. Oh, I like this. Did you see the last thing that they say? Dream. Deadpool rules everything around me. All hail me, King Pool.
But
Nice one-shot short story. It's kind of sad.
wait. King Deadpool, can you tell me where I can get that special attention to rehabilitate my neck from its sprain? Need to get back to my workout, or I'm a finna shank any other doctor who tells me I need a break from training. Karen, I worry less for your neck than I do for your rage issue. You can't rely on people to come in and fix you. You gotta do some proactive work yourself. You have to, as the patron saints of Staten Island once said, protect your neck. Sorry, I sometimes like reading the letter pages. Yeah, no. I'm just saying, like, it was good done in one.
Yeah, I agree.
And yeah, we'll get the next issue, April 15th. Oh, wait.
Yeah. And this one ties into the X-Men. That ought to be interesting.
Yeah, so this is a party time fruit liquor, right?
Oh yeah, definitely party time fruit liquor. I enjoyed this a lot.
So for people who didn't read this physically, apparently this is one of the issues that was held hostage at Diamond. Because all the ads are promoting things like The Amazing Spider-Man, Sin's Rising Prelude, #1, April 2020. Florida SuperCon, May 8th through 10th, 2020. Knowing Florida, they probably held that convention because they don't give a shit. Keystone Comic-Con, August 28th through the 30th, Philadelphia, PA. Should I look up to see if this thing is still going on? There's also a thing for Marvel made Unveiling, April 2020. What was it? What was the big announcement?
Oh, I don't even know. Is that the products thingy that they're supposed to do, the Marvel, like...
I don't know. It's like a red drape over a box.
Yeah, it's supposed to be some new, I don't want to say marketing, but new things you can buy, Marvel stuff you can buy. I don't know if it's figures or just Marvel merchandise. That's what it's the word I'm looking for.
Marvel Zombies Resurrection, April 2020.
Nah, I jumped off that Marvel Zombies boat a long time ago.
To build an empire.
Yep.
An empire ad. Widowmakers. Yeah, this is a great tie-in for the Black Widow movie. Oh, wait.
Yeah, so got pushed back.
Yeah, so everybody, next episode, no Deadpool books to cover again.
They're really skipping a month?
The last I checked, Deadpool 6 doesn't come out till August.
Oh, damn.
So I actually have, instead of covering, we could probably still cover a book, but I thought we could do something actually fun instead.
We don't do fun on this show, do we?
No.
Fun like what?
I got the idea. So I'll do all the work. All you have to do is just show up. I was thinking about doing like the what do you call it? The brackets for college basketball.
Oh, like the versus thing? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we're going to do it for all the Deadpool minis. And we're going to determine what is the best Deadpool mini of all time.
Oh, wow. Okay. This ought to be fun. I'm going to have to...
And I'll probably... maybe I'll send Sipaway something so he can be our tiebreaker vote.
Okay.
So, in case, like... I'm just looking at something right now. So, like, let's just say I said Deadpool Fear Itself is better than Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, but you say different.
Which I would.
We need somebody to break the vote. Look, those are the first two things I just saw when looking on this webpage.
Wow. So you may have to just give me an overall list so I can.
Oh no! I'll do the bracket and everything, and then then I'll try to find somebody to be a third party for us.
Oh, so we'll do this all in email before we record.
No, well, yeah, we'll do it prior, and then we'll
Okay.
pick the matches, and the next round whatever we have, we'll go over there and go there and go there until we determine what's the best book.
Okay, that sounds fun. To give me some time to actually look up some things because I don't remember some of the older stuff. I'd have to review.
Oh,
But
dude, there's some because I was trying to do it in my head, and I thought I got most of it, but we have shit like Deadpool Back in Black, Deadpool Too Soon. Do you remember that one?
too soon? Is that
That
when
was the
Cable
one.
died?
No, that was the one with all the reject characters, like Four Bushman were being murdered one by one.
Was that like the
It,
Wizard special with the
no,
clone of
that was
Aunt
it.
May? No, that's
Dude, that
Deadpool
came
Zero.
out. That was the digital first. Came out back in April 2017.
The name
We
is
have
familiar, but I don't remember what happens in it at all.
we have Deadpool the Duck.
I remember that one. We're doing
Yeah.
one shots and minis or just minis?
Uh, we might have to throw a mini in there. I mean, not a mini. We're doing all minis, but depending on how I do the brackets, we might have to put a one shot in there
Okay.
just to have something complete.
Okay.
But yeah, it's supposed to be all minis.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll do that work later. But yeah, that should be a fun episode. It'll give us something different to do.
That's a really good idea. I'll give you that one, man.
I stole it from another podcast. Everybody go check out PS I Love You XOXO. They did it for all the PlayStation 4 exclusives. They said God of War is the best video game, the best PS4 game.
Really?
Yeah.
What was? Do you remember what the other
The final four.
championship?
The final four was Spider-Man, Final Fantasy VII. I believe Spider-Man was third. Final Fantasy was fourth. Last of Us Part 2 was 2. God of War was 1.
Ooh. I'm like probably a little bit more than halfway through Last of Us 2. Is that Final Fantasy 7 or the remake? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a fantastic game too. I beat that. I need to go through the second time too, but
I'll send you a link to the episode if you
yeah,
have
that sounds
if you
awesome.
have time to kill. It's almost 3 hours long.
Well, I mean, I sometimes at work I can put something on while I'm working with my reports and stuff, so
All I do at work is listen to podcasts.
yeah, I hate you. I'm jealous.
There gets to a point. I have gotten to the point where I've caught up on so many podcasts. I'm running out of things.
You've been
I
listening?
started.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
started listening to our own podcast.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And I don't even like this show.
You know, I keep saying I need to go back and do the damn classic episodes. Yeah.
Oh, while we're at it, I also had a good idea for our 10-year anniversary episode.
Oh, shit. That's coming up next year, ain't it?
No, this year, October.
Are you kidding me already?
Yep. I was thinking, since I never read it, and it'll be a good callback to episode 1, we reviewed Deadpool Pulp. I never read it. You probably barely remember it at this point.
I remember the covers by Jay Lee.
Yeah, so that's one thing we could do. We could re-review that book
Okay.
as a 10-year-old callback.
Damn, 10 years.
What is the 10-year anniversary?
Oh.
No, like
Diamond and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see if Siri knows.
I'm on Google right now.
Okay, Siri, what is the 10-year anniversary stone?
Here's what I found.
It's just trying to sell me a bunch of diamonds.
We're
What are
getting
anniversary
diamonds.
stones. 10 years is diamond.
Yeah.
So first is gold, garnet, pearl, blue topaz, sapphire, amethyst, onyx, tourmaline, Lapis Lazuli, which I know from video games, and diamond is 10.
Well, I remember, isn't there stuff like, isn't wood supposed to be like the 3-year anniversary or something?
These are wedding anniversary stones. But diamond is 75 and 60 as well, so what the hell?
Well, and apparently gold is, like, 50 is gold jubilee. I guess it varies on what you look up.
Yeah, 50 is gold as well. That's weird. They repeat, rubies 15 and 40. They just ran out of things to put in here or what? Sapphire is 5th and blue sapphire. Wait. 5th and 60 and 45th are sapphire. 65th. Well, actually, sorry. 5th, 45th, and 70th are sapphire. Yeah, it repeats certain places. That's weird. But that's for weddings. Maybe it's different for other things. Learn something new every day. This has been your edutainment from Merc with a Podcast.
Okay, here we go. I'm on the Hallmark website. Anniversary gifts by year. First year, paper. Second year, cotton. Third year, leather. 4, fruit or flowers. 5th, wood. 6th, candy or iron. 7th, wool or copper. 8th, pottery or bronze. 9th, willow or pottery. 10th, tin or aluminum.
Okay.
And then when I go to 50th, it says gold. So let's go by what Hallmark says, and it's either the tin or aluminum anniversary.
Okay. Yeah, well, the one I reviewed are wedding anniversaries, which, yeah, so, okay.
All right, now we know. And talking about now we know, now we have
Pastovision.
All right, Deadpool, Cable and Deadpool, issue 27, written by Fabian Nicieza, pencil by Lam Medea, ink by Ed Tato, colors by Gotham, letters BC Corey Petit, production Kate Levin, Nicole Wiley Booth, editor, Barbara Machio, consulting editors, Joe Quesada, editor-in-chief, Dan Buckley, publisher, Cable, created by Rob Liefeld and Lou Simonson, Deadpool, created by Rob Liefeld and Fabian Nicieza.
Barber and Machio are the two consulting editors. It's two different people. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, so I totally didn't read this page, which you had to flip the book the other direction. And apparently it's Apocalypse is in a celestial ship. And this is China many years ago. So, that was a thing.
Wait a minute. You're not talking about not the title page, but the actual intro story with Cable, Barbarian Cable?
Yeah. Apparently when I opened it, I just went, okay, and I turned the next page, maybe, I don't know, and I went to, it just started with
Today.
Cable running towards the building.
Oh, got you.
So we have a young Cable back in very ancient times, China. He sees a celestial ship. Cable cuts open a hole, runs in which he then sees I guess, like, I don't know what you want to say, like, an apocalypse covered in wires, and he looks all shriveled up like a California raisin. Apocalypse is like, you can never defeat me. Cable decides, yeah, well, we'll see about that. So Cable decides he starts just cutting a shitload of wires. We then cut to present day. Irene and Deadpool are talking to Cable, and they're like, Cable, you're a clone. No, you're mind controlled. I'm not being mind controlled. An evil alternate time travel version of yourself. Ah, wait, no goatee. Crap. I am me. I am fine. I know what I'm doing. Ozymandias comes out. He's like, no, really, Cable is not under anyone's control. He actually has a plan. Follow me. So, Cable and Deadpool follow Ozymandias. Irene is just standing outside, and she's like, oh shit, I'm surrounded by all these weird things that are scaring the shit out of me. I guess I should follow you guys. Cable starts explaining everything that's going on with Apocalypse, and that, the whole entire history, how we thought we killed Apocalypse, but then his soul ended up in Cyclops, so to eradicate the soul out of Cyclops, they move Apocalypse into across time and space, and the only way to actually bring him back is if you actually had Apocalypse's body and maybe a drop of his blood, in which we see a beef jerky version of Apocalypse in a tub of his own blood. We go back to the past, and Cable says to Apocalypse that there's one thing you don't know, that this ship is from my time and I can read this language better than you. So I'm sending you away. Body slide by one, Cable appears outside, and we see the celestial ship as it blasts off into space, only to be seen, I don't know, what, another 1,000 years later, probably?
Yeah, probably.
Cut back to... So Ozymandias knows that, Apocalypse will come back, but, whenever Apocalypse will return, Cable will be there, just like in today's time. So we see that, Beef Jerky Apocalypse arises from his bathtub of blood, picks up Deadpool. Apocalypse wants to know why Cable is teaming up with lesser beings. Deadpool decides to start shooting Apocalypse. Apocalypse is like, why do you even let your pets talk? I can control anything. So Apocalypse takes control of his undead army. Cable puts Ivory Merriweather into a force field bubble so she won't get hurt. Apocalypse and Cable start throwing down. Deadpool starts fighting the undead army. Then, basically Cable says, I'm always going to be one step ahead of you. Which he then stabs his hand, but we don't see anything else. Like, what is supposed to be happening here?
He says, with this blood, I can make everyone fit, make everyone strong. Eventually, you simply cease to matter. So, what happened was...
And then he just walks away. That's why I was like, what the hell happened?
The whole thing started when Cable... It's basically a stupid loop. Cable goes back in time to kill Apocalypse, does it, but ends up mixing his techno-organic blood with Apocalypse, which in turn made Apocalypse basically able to communicate with the celestial ship, and it kind of brought Apocalypse back, which is how he went from looking like a regular person to his armored form because of the celestial machines. So not only can Apocalypse transfer his soul into different bodies to keep going, if he's truly killed, these backups here will reclone his body to bring him back.
Okay.
But it's all Cable's fault why everything is the way it is. But now Cable's saying, well, you know what? If everything's my fault, then I can use my blood to make everybody fit, and then you won't matter anymore.
So as Cable walks off, Irene says, it's like, do you really think this is a good idea, bringing Apocalypse back? You're going to have 10, 20,000, if they all died, those lives will be on you, in which Cable says, I've seen Apocalypse kill billions, and every single one of them is on my back. And that's why I keep facing forward. We go back. They throw the beef jerky version of Apocalypse into a chamber so he can start healing and, turn into the form that we all know what he looks like. That's the end of that. Then we get to a prologue in which we see... Who's this supposed to be?
G.W. Bridge, I think.
Oh, no, I know who G.W. Bridge is. I'm talking about the other
mask?
guy.
I have no clue.
What was the dude? He was in Mercs for Money. He got his own book.
Oh, Fool Killer.
No, not Fool Killer. The other one.
There was another one?
Remember, three of them got their own book. One was Slapstick, one was Fool Killer, and then there was the other one. I think he's a Spider-Man character.
I'll look it up. Oh, the guy who teleports?
Yeah.
Crap, and I can see him until he wears green. Hold on, I'll look it up because I don't remember.
Okay, well, while you look it up, I think it's that dude and G.W. Bridge. They're basically talking about how Cable almost has control of Rumkistan, which I'm assuming is probably some made-up Marvel country. And then, positive, Mr. Bridge, it would be the best interest to those who have the best interest to see the incursion end now.
Solo.
And
I remembered
Solo.
it before I even got to it. Solo.
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be Solo. And for the right price it will, definitely right. And who happens to be on the other side of the table, but it's Domino. And for the chance to nail Deadpool and to stop Cable, we will be willing to pay you. Next issue, Domino versus Deadpool, an assassination. And guess who's coming to Rumstan? I would give this a like. I thought this was better than the last issue.
Yeah. I like at the end how Ozymandias is like, of course, this is after House of M, so mutants have been decimated. So Ozymandias makes a point. He's saying, perhaps now than ever, mutant kind does not need a culling to make it stronger. We need a leader. That was a nice little comment, because the Blood of Apocalypse series, we're not going to cover that, right? I mean, Deadpool hardly has anything to do with it.
I mean, we really don't have to. I looking back at it, it was like, yeah, it was all right. I think that we got that cool Gambit as the Death Horseman look, but that was about it.
Who were they? Gambit was Death. Polaris was Pestilence.
Sunfire was Famine. That's how we got the whatchamacallit look.
Age of Apocalypse look in the regular 616, which I still prefer. Who was the last one?
I think it was just somebody random.
Somebody was Death. Oh, the outer space guy, the random.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like just some random like character they just made up for it.
But yeah, so
it was all right. I mean, from what I remember, we really don't need to cover it. But basically, Apocalypse comes back, and initially it's just like, oh shit, mutant kind is in bad shape. Maybe I should do something about this.
Well, then he ends up getting taken by the Celestials, and then we never kind of see him again after that. But his whole thing was to make the Earth fit for celestial judgment, so they don't destroy us all. So yeah,
right.
So they tweaked the Apocalypse origin right here, because before it was he had to change bodies every so often because his powers was burning out his body, and now they added a little layer of clones and backups.
Okay, you ready for ads?
Sure, go for it.
All right. First ad, we have Bubba Tape, now introducing Sour Apple Bubba Tape. Plus, also, Corwin, we can win a trip for 6 to Orlando, Florida by flying Southwest, staying in a suite at the Nick Hotel for 6 nights.
Cool, Nickelodeon.
That hotel doesn't exist anymore. It's just a normal Holiday Inn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you ever watch like Defunctoland YouTube videos?
Nope.
Oh, it's basically this guy, and he like talks about like old rides and old hotels at like theme parks, and one of them was about like the Nickelodeon Hotel, and it was awesome back in the day, but by like the early 2000s, it was like, yeah, this has seen better days. When you'll enjoy a huge water slide and game room, you can win one of 200 portable DVD players or 1,000 of other prizes. Oh, and it's a Kobe portable DVD player.
Ooh.
I don't see any expert. Oh, no, never mind. They had to receive this by July 7th, 2006. Damn it. Corwin, you could have gotten a flight to Orlando, Florida.
That might mean something if I wasn't already here, but okay.
You'll get on a plane, fly in a circle, then land. No, wait, I'm sorry. You'll get in a plane, fly to Chicago where you'll have a layover just to fly back.
I'm glad that sweets you like that. I'm glad he's giving you such a good laugh.
Let's see. There is an ad for the movie RV starring Robin Williams.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, nobody does. Marvel Legends Showdown. Just a bunch of of those HeroClix figures. Final Fantasy VII Advent Children.
You know what?
DVD and PSP available at Circuit City.
I was literally just watching that the other day just because I finished 7 and I wanted some background noise. And I did end up putting that on.
It's not a bad movie.
No, it's not. It's not. I'm trying to see if there's any connections, if they tied it in really good with the game, if they changed anything to suit it. But I didn't get to finish it. Damn kids.
We have Amazing Spider-Man, Legend figures, Marvel Legends, and it's for the Build Your Own Mojo.
Nice.
And I think I actually have the Psylocke figure, too, from that. We have WWE Classic Superstar figures.
Okay.
We have Zippers. Remember Zippers from last 2 episodes ago? We have those like Marvel character drawing books, how to draw these characters. Yeah, where it goes from a stick figure to all of a sudden you draw Cyclops perfectly.
Hey, it can happen in dreams. People dream.
We have rolling bubble gum yo-yos with Marvel characters on it. And then we have a verb ad, do shit instead of doing drugs.
Action. Okay.
And there we go.
All right. Well, not bad for, one issue.
From 14 years ago.
Damn, I'm really starting to feel old.
Wait, was this 14 years ago? Yeah. The quote-unquote was June 2006, which means this came out back in April 2006. I was just finishing up my first year of college. All right. You want to take us into get in the review?
Get in the review.
Shinji, get in the goddamn review.
Sure. All right, hold on. I actually don't have the webpage up. Okay, so Neon Genesis Evangelion. Listener discretion is advised. Neon Genesis Evangelion depicts psychological themes, religion, sex, suicide, and other adult themes. If you are sensitive to any of these topics, please stop listening now. We will review each episode as is, following what happens in each episode. And I am up first with episode, 9?
Yep.
So the issue begins with school starting, and Asuka's the new girl in school, and everybody is crazy about her. All the boys are gossiping, the girls are hating. Toji and Kensuke end up taking pictures of her across campus and selling it to different boys who who want pictures of her. Then we cut to Risuko and Kaji. Remember, Kaji is the caretaker for Asuka who brought her over to Japan. Thanks for the background noise. So,
we don't worry. We have to do this for 10 minutes. I actually timed it this episode.
So Kaji and Risuko are talking, and he's kind of flirting with her, and then, of course, Misato's watching, and she's not happy with it. Of course, they did it on purpose, because it does seem like the three of them have history. They were all friends in college or something like that, and Misato and Kaji's relationship ended about 8 years ago. So as they're having this conversation, the seventh angel, Israfel, attacks. In biblical terms, Israfel is the angel of music and is supposed to blow the trumpet to signal the day of judgment. He's actually one of four archangels of Islam, or in Islam. So as this angel approaches, units 1 and 2 are airdropped to attack the angel. And the very first thing we do focus on is that its core has like a yin and yang symbol in it. So as Shinji in Unit 1 shoots at it, Asuka in Unit 2 uses a pole staff and literally slice it in half. And then to their surprise, suddenly both halves of it regenerates into a new angel and blasts both Units 1 and 2. And then we have a scene cut, which I find hilarious because the next thing we see is that during a debriefing, and both Asuka and Shinji were blasted and landed upside down, like literally planted headfirst in the dirt, both their Avas. The military was able to hit the angel with an N2 mine, which kind of put it out of commission, and they estimate it should be up again in 8 days, I think they said.
Correct.
So after the debriefing, during the debriefing, Shinji and Asuka are just constantly arguing, and it's obvious that they can't get along. Ritsuko and Masato end up talking about what they could do about the angel, and Ritsuko says she has a plan, but actually it's Kaji's plan, which kind of ruffles Masato's feathers. So as Shinji arrives home, he finds Asuka in his apartment, and she's basically saying that she's moving in, and she literally packs and shoves Shinji stuff out, and she complains about how small the apartment is and why the Japanese people not even have locks on their doors. But she's saying she's living here now, so obviously Shinji's moving out. Masato comes in and kind of busts her bubble, tells her that nope, they're going to be living together. For their next mission, they're going to have to coordinate their attacks. They're going to have to destroy both cores on both angels at the same exact time. So they have to work in unison. They have 6 days to train. And she has an idea of using music to help them sync together. So sometime later, Toji and Kensuke go to visit Shinji, and on their way they run into the class rep, Hikari. And she's walking, just saying she's going to visit Asuka, and they're like, oh, they're going to visit Shinji, and they're both surprised to figure out that they're going to the same place. So as they ring the doorbell, Asuka and Shinji answer the door together, and they're dressed exactly alike. They have like a bodysuit on and then a kind of overthrow, and they're literally saying the same thing at the same time. So as they invite the group in, they're all having dinner together with Masato and Rei, and Shinji and Asuka are trying to sync using like Dance Revolution, like those dance pads?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Of course they can't sync, and they're always having problems, and Asuka gets pissed off and she keeps blaming Shinji of how he's stupid. And Masato's like, okay, well, let's try this. And she tries to Asuka's saying it's impossible, and Masato's saying it's not. And she says, Rei, why don't you try with Shinji? And her and Shinji were actually able to do it to sync up perfectly, which kind of hurts Asuka's feelings, so she leaves away upset, obviously about to cry. Hikari's pissed and blames Shinji for it, and Shinji's like, what did I do? And she sends Shinji after Asuka. So Shinji ends up running into her, finding her in a store buying snacks or whatever, and they basically agree that they're going to work together to stop the angel. So now we get the famous training montage as they literally eat, sleep, watch TV together. They completely work on their training together. The last night, Masato says she has to work late, so Asuka and Shinji are stuck in the house by themselves. Immediately, Asuka decides she's going to quarantine herself into a different room from Shinji. And in the middle of the night, she wakes up and she goes to the bathroom. Shinji pretends that he's sleeping, even though he's still awake listening to his headphones. And suddenly, I guess due to her being asleep, Asuka flops down in Shinji's bed, damn near face to face with him, her boobs kind of poking out, and Shinji notices, and he slowly starts to creep closer and closer, trying to kiss her. but then she says mommy and starts crying in her sleep. And then we get an immediate cut to Shinji literally on the other side of the room sleeping on the floor. So the next day we catch Kaji and Masato in the elevator making out. And Masato drops all her files while he's kind of kissing her, and she's saying no, but she is kissing back, so of course there's still an attraction. She tells him that they're not together and they can't keep doing this. And Kaji picks up her files, helps her, straightens up herself as she leaves. Later on, while she's having a drink, what is she drinking? Soda? I think Risuko actually makes a comment that Masato's not drinking alcohol, but she's kind of reminiscing, and you can tell that she still has feelings for Kaji. So there's mixed up feelings in there. So then the mission starts. The units 1 and 2 have 62 seconds to sink their attack to kill the angel. So there's a bit of a montage of them working together. The army even helps with missiles and stuff like that. They end up splitting the angel again, because when it came back it was in one piece again. So with their new attack, they split it in two. They work completely together and eventually kill it with a flying drop kick that explodes the cores. But of course, due to the explosion, they get tossed away and they land like all tangled up on top of each other. Units 1 and 2. Asuka complains of how clumsy Shinji is and how he messes up at the last minute, and that, she knew he was trying to come on to her last night. And then Shinji's like, what, you were awake? And then she's like, oh my god, you really did try to kiss me. And then Shinji's like, well, you came into my bedroom. And then there's a whole bunch of arguing, and everybody at headquarters can hear them, and Fusuko, or I forgot the name of the second in command, is all just like embarrassed once again by the way these two keep acting up. End episode.
So my notes, I have Cicada is back. Why have the German accent if you drop it every second?
I think she's just trying to be superior. I would say she's acting superior.
Photos use the high lack of animation. Why is Ruiji's hands bigger than the scientist's face?
Whose hands?
The dude.
Oh, Kaji, his last name, yeah.
Yeah, his hand was bigger than the chick's face.
I don't know, maybe she's a small Asian.
Yeah, that's the only notes I have. No, I actually like this.
There was a lot of, I guess we'll get to it next episode too. There's a lot of boobs in this. The scene where Asuka's trying to close herself off into the other room, how she's on her hands and knees hungover talking to Shinji, is just her boobs are just hanging and he's just sitting here like trying not to look down. A lot of
Also, Ray doesn't have a single line still.
They're really ramping up some of the teenage sexual tension. I don't know if you've caught that.
So I learned a really interesting fact.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy who created this show, his first gig ever was he worked on the Studio Ghibli film Nausicaa and the Valley of Wind.
Huh.
They actually paid animators frame by, for every frame they animated.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was his first working gig. He was a work for hire.
Nice. I know the director, the dude from Cowboy Bebop directs a few episodes in here. At least one episode of this series, too.
Alright, let's get into episode 10. Asuka goes bikini shopping with Nerve Rapist, because that's what I'm calling that guy, because he was basically being a fucking rapist in that elevator. She's planning on going on a school trip. She is then told by Masato that she can't, because her and Shinji are always on standby in case of an angel attacks. Rest of the class goes on the trip. Osaka goes diving in a pool, reveals that she's in college, but does poorly on all her tests due to not knowing all the kanji.
She graduated college.
Oh, my bad, yeah. Shinji stares at Rei, who still does nothing or speaks. Some Meanwhile, Nerve or Nair, depending on who you ask, some shadows are spotted in a volcano by Nerve. The drill in the volcano implodes due to pressure, but right before that, it spots an angel inside the volcano. And A-17 is decided, so they decide to go on the offense and try to capture it. They haven't done this since 15 years ago. Asuka wears a fat suit, and a Unit 2 wears a heat suit. We then learn that the second impact was caused when they tried to retrieve an angel the last time. So that was Adam that collided with Antarctica and melted it. Correct?
They awoke, yep.
Basically, Asuka, the Unit 2 goes into the volcano. She actually retrieves it, but then the angel starts hatching. So a fight starts. She gets the idea that because no weapon and nothing can use, because this angel can live in lava, that the only way to defeat it is using thermal expansion. But right before it explodes, it damages Unit 2. Shinji then dives into the volcano, with Unit 1 and saves her. Meanwhile, Pen Pen arrives at the hot spring via UPS delivery, where everyone is relaxing. So, Shinji and Pen Pen, they're, relaxing in the pool, and they send some body wash over the wall. And then Misato basically starts tickling her in a special spot. And Shinji gets a boner, and Pen Pen's like, what the fuck is going on down there? Meanwhile, Asuka basically says to Misato, well, first she looks at Misato and sees something wrong with her body, and what she says, she got it in action. And then Asuka then says, so you know what's really going on with me. And that's how the episode ends.
You know all my history. And she's looking at a scar on Masato's chest, which she said she got during the second impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the scene I talked about in my episode when she's crying in her sleep is pretty important. The angel in this episode is Sandalphon. He's the 8th angel. Biblical terms, he's the angel in the 4th heaven. He's one of 2 archangels that were once human, according to online, and he receives and delivers prayers to the divine is his job. I did write on here more boobs, because at one point Asuka makes a science experiment telling Shinji that if she grabs her boobs and heats them up, does he think they get bigger?
I also have a note in here. So you went scuba diving 2 episodes ago when you took down the floppy fish angel. What's the big deal with scuba diving?
She wants to show off her bathing suit. Asuka's a show off.
Then I have, is this where the pregnant fat deviant art fetish came from?
Oh, Lord. Yeah, man, so how'd you like this one?
No, I really like it. Oh, and I still love how Netflix, sometimes they'll do translations, sometimes they won't.
Oh, I think the first episode is Dance Like You Want to Win.
No. We'll get the title cards, but then sometimes, there will just be random
things that pop up and they don't show it.
Yeah, and then sometimes, you'll see signs and they won't have translations, but then other signs will have it's so bizarre.
Yeah, they suck. They need to do a better job. And I think this one was Magma Diver was the name of the episode. I forgot to write it down.
Oh, talking about Netflix, have you watched Beastars yet?
I have not. I wasn't really going to. Is it worth it?
Yes! It's so good!
I didn't watch that. Wait, there's 2 of them. Which is the one where the dude's trying to eat the wolf is trying to eat the other one, but also loves her or something like that?
That's Beastars.
Okay, but there's another one now, isn't there?
Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet.
It's like some initials, right? BNA
Yeah.
or something?
Something like that.
Okay. But no, I haven't watched Beastars, so it's good?
Yeah, it's good.
Uh,
Also, have you watched A Silent Voice yet?
no, that sounds familiar. Which one is that? What's that one about?
That's a movie it's on Netflix. It's the one about the kid who bullies the girl who's deaf.
No.
Yeah, that's good. And there's and Weathering with You is coming to Netflix next month.
That's the one I actually want to watch.
Do you know what happens in it?
No, I do not.
Do not look up anything. I want you to be surprised. But yes, it is from the director of Your Name.
That's the only way I know about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I won't look up anything then.
Yep.
I think I have access to it subtitled, I think. I have to see, maybe.
I mean, Weathering with You is not bad. There is an F-bomb.
It's not out. It's not dubbed yet, but is there a subtitle somewhere? Is it subtitled release?
Oh, no, it was dubbed.
No, I know the dub is not out yet. Right? It hasn't been released.
I thought it hasn't been released in general. I saw it in theaters dubbed.
Okay.
I'm just saying that it's finally getting a streaming release.
Maybe it's out in Japan, which is why I know that it's out or something. Okay.
Yeah. But like I said, it's coming to Netflix now. And I was just saying, if you were going to watch it with your kids, there is an F-bomb dropped, but it's only one F-bomb.
It's nothing compared to their mother. That's fine.
or somehow they got access to the show. Fuck, shit, piss, cunt.
No, trust me, that they're fine.
Alright. So, let's talk about ReZero, the new season.
Oh, I didn't realize we were going to do that. Okay.
We don't have to review it. What do you think of it so far?
I'm liking it. I do like that off top they jump right into the gluttony and what's the other one?
Sloth.
Sloth?
No, was it sloth?
No, sloth.
No. Gluttony and greed.
Greed. There we go. Which kind of like, I'm like, it was the same thing, but I guess I forgot my 7 sins. But yeah, I do like that they just jumped right into that, and we understand now how the other beast made people forgotten. So I like that, and of course we meet the witch. I just left off when he runs into the witch, so I'm like an episode or 2 behind.
Yeah, well, I mean, as we're recording this, everybody, episode 4 hasn't released yet.
Right, but I'm digging it. I'm wondering if I should just let them build up, because the 1x1s are starting to kill me with, anticipation.
Yeah, you'll really like the ending of episode 3. I'll say that.
Okay, so...
Oh, I also love how the closing credits basically, kind of ruins what's happening this season.
I think I peeped that because there's some characters we haven't seen before, so I stopped watching it after, the first one.
Yeah. But the closing credits kind of explains, this is what's happening this season. Oh, and so far, the Subaru death count has been 1.
Okay.
That's something that's been going online. Everybody's going, okay, death count this season so far. He died once by suicide.
Okay, that's kind of cool that somebody's keeping track of that.
Yeah, when he committed suicide, did you distinctly think, oh shit, he's going back to the wagon, isn't he?
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to work. It would just been too easy. Just way too easy for it to work.
It shows his dedication. He's like, fuck, I'm going to have to fight Betelgeuse again, but I guess it's worth it.
Yeah.
And then did he slit his throat, or did he just jam the knife in his throat?
I think he slit his throat. I mean, he's not going to die just by jamming it, at least not immediately. It would take a long time.
He did one or the other. Wakes up, he's back in the wagon. It was like, oh, motherfucker.
Yeah. Actually, my oldest, actually watched the whole first season, and we watched the last episode of the director's cut before,
Yeah, which is essentially
season.
just a clip of episode 1 of this season. But
Yeah.
whatever. And what did he think of it?
Oh, he loved it. He loved it. Because of him, I got the damn sound clip for the witch's
Theme.
theme. So it's like my last alarm to get me up. And all he does is make stupid jokes. He's like, Dad, what did he tell me? When you what did he say? It was something funny. I have to think about it. It'll come to me in a minute.
And then, and did you hear about the game coming out?
No, I didn't.
There's a game coming out. It's going to be like a legit, like, RPG game. And it's from the creator, but it's not in continuity. But you can kind of say it is in continuity. It's just in another timeline that Subaru fixed. But, apparently there's another princess. Yeah, how, like, there's 5 right now. Mm-hmm. Apparently there's a 6th princess. And that's, like, up for the trials. And it's apparently, like, Subaru has to, like, take her down or whatever. So it's one of those, like, it's not in continuity, but it's from the creator of ReZero. And in all fairness, you can just say, oh, yeah. And then he fixed it.
Okay.
So it's back to 5 candidates.
I can't remember what it was, but it was something like Johnny was saying, like, when you wake up in the morning and you hear the
oh!
Yeah. I don't remember what it was. It was so funny, though. I have to ask him. I'll ask him. I'll let you know online, because it was just hilarious.
All right. So let's get into Monty's predictions.
All right, let's do it.
So it was funny. So I went back and re-listened to this episode.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things we talked about was we're like, oh, man, we're going to record so much better in 2020. 2020 is going to be such a better year for us.
I guess we jinxed it, huh?
Look, it has been a better year for recording for us. And only 100,000 Americans had to die, but...
Oh, Lord.
And half a million people worldwide have been infected. But besides that... Oh, so let's put this on Monty's prediction. Will I be going to Setsucon in January? Yes or no?
No.
Well... I said, will I be going to Setsucon in January? Yes or no?
No, I said
Let's
no.
do this. Oh, I didn't hear you say no. Both say no. Yeah, I'm going to say no. That's not happening. Besides that, the fact that the con hasn't even, like, have tickets or hotels up for sale yet, yeah, no, that convention's not happening. Do you guys have the order in yet, or no? That, like, no gatherings more than 50 people?
Oh, I have no clue. No, I think it's still 10. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, we have, like, no large gatherings besides protesting more than 50 people is allowed. So we can't have parades, concerts, conventions, none of that shit till after February. Yep. Wonderful times. Anyway, so, let's see, last year. So I said Deadpool announced his character in the Marvel Avengers game. Nope, that didn't happen. You said one ongoing Deadpool book.
Yes.
So, point for Corwin. I said we'll get a Deadpool versus Taskmaster mini. Nope. But you have to admit, we were getting close to it. It looked like that was going to happen.
I mean, it still may happen in that miniseries if it comes out, even though I know they're trying to tie it into Black Widow, but...
Yeah, I'm just saying, but at the time, like, it was like, oh, yeah, we were seeing Taskmaster solicitations all over the place, and the Black Widow movie, so it looked like that would make sense, but... Same exact thing for the Marvel Avengers game. Deadpool could still be in it, we just haven't gotten any announcement yet.
Yeah, everything's been delayed.
You said Deadpool will get an underwater base.
How did I come up with that one? Okay.
No, instead he got all of Staten Island. I said my weird-ass prediction was Deadpool will marry X-Men Nate Gray, but Cable will come, bang on the glass, run off with Deadpool, and they both sit on the back of a bus. Like in The Graduate. Nope, that didn't happen. You said Deadpool will get his looks back, join the Avengers, and become Captain America Jr.
Captain America Jr. Okay.
So, you won this round with only one prediction. Alright, so, let me start this. My first prediction. Deadpool will fight a Hulk.
Okay.
Besides Gwenpool, I felt like we haven't seen Deadpool fight the Hulk lately.
Yeah, I think Uncanny Avengers was like the last time when Hulk was taken over by the Hand.
So I have Deadpool will fight a Hulk. It could be Red Hulk, She-Hulk, Amadeus Cho.
Brute.
I just have he will fight a Hulk. What's your first prediction?
We're going to get a Deadpool and book, either series. I'm gonna bank on maybe a mini series, but I have Deadpool and book, so he might be touring the Marvel Universe or something else, but they'll be teaming him up.
Deadpool and book team up. Okay. My second prediction. I have Deadpool and young Cable will be in the same issue.
Oh, damn it. I have Deadpool meets young Cable, makes a reference to the Cable and Deadpool issue post House of M when they go to Intercourse, Pennsylvania road trip. They've got to meet. That's too good of a thing to pass up.
Sorry, I'm just typing this into the
Take your
file
time.
to save it.
Take it.
Okay. My... You ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
Rob Liefeld will win the Nobel Peace Prize for a tweet he sent. Look, it's 2020. This could possibly happen.
Okay. Okay, so that's just your crazy prediction, or do you have something even crazier?
The other crazier prediction I had was there will be a X-Sword one-shot starring Deadpool where he thinks he has a sword, but really it's a dildo.
Oh, Lord.
But no, I'm going with Rob Liefeld will win a Nobel Peace Prize for a tweet he sent.
Okay, this one may be kind of cheating because I know there's been some news on it lately, even though there hasn't been anything. But within the next, we're going for the 6 months?
Yeah.
6 months, we will get a announcement for DP3 as well as the title of the movie. And it will have 2 distinct villains for Deadpool to fight. Because, one villain is never enough.
Sorry. Deadpool 3 and title.
Yes.
Reveal, and we'll have...
2
Yeah,
villains.
did you see that one rumor floating around?
I did not.
About it's going to be written by Rhett Reeves, Paul Wernick, Ryan Reynolds, directed by Michael Bay, and it's going to be Deadpool kills the Fox Marvel Universe. And it's going to be the final farewell to the Fox movies.
Hopefully it won't be a final farewell to rated R movies too, but
it'll be Deadpool just cleaning up, killing everything from the Fox movies before he makes the jump.
But how would they do that? It's not like they're gonna bring get those actors back or anything. It's gonna be like off panel. It's just weird, but okay.
That'd be great if he kills both Chris Evans and Michael B. Jordan.
Oh yeah, those were Fox, weren't they?
And then he kills both Jessica Alba and Kate Mara.
Kate Mara was the other Invisible Woman.
And then he kills Ian, I don't know, Ian something from the first Fantastic Four movie, and Miles Teller. And then he kills Michael Chiklis and Jamie Bell.
He does them in pairs and match them up.
Oh, did you see the Zoom call?
No, I didn't. Where
Ryan Reynolds
crashed the X-Men
yeah.
thing. I heard about it.
Jesse Schreiber shows up. He's like, yeah.
Wolverine Origins, baby.
I was like just hearing some like behind the scenes, and like Liev Schreiber was like, yeah, I will never ever do Sabretooth ever again, because they were going to give him like a muscle suit, and he's like, nah, man, I'll train for it. So Hugh Jackman like sent him like, oh, here's the diet you had to do, and Liev Schreiber calls it the chicken genocide diet, because you have to eat like 30 whole chickens a day.
The chicken genocide diet.
Yeah. And with that, I saved the file, so we'll get back to this.
I had more. That was only three.
Three. You did Deadpool and Book, which will be a team up.
Oh.
Deadpool beat Young Cable, make a reference to the Cable and Deadpool intercourse issue. And then you said Deadpool 3 entitled Reveal, and we'll have two villains.
Oh, I thought it was more than three. I did.
No, do 3.
All right, let's adjust that then. Well, no, it doesn't matter. I'll just tell you what I had here. I had there's going to be a Deadpool versus Dracula versus Avengers crossover. Deadpool versus Dracula versus Avengers versus Wolverine crossover. And Shikla's going to return.
Well, do you want to get rid of your second one, then?
The Deadpool and Book?
No, the Deadpool meet Young Cable.
Nah. Get rid of the Deadpool and Book.
Okay.
And then we'll do Deadpool versus Dracula versus Avengers versus Wolverine crossover. Then Shikla returns. You think we'll get reference to Warda if she returns?
Warda won't happen. Well, no, they did kind of have sex before they got the divorce.
Yep.
So, I mean, yeah, so unless Shikla... I was also thinking about that, too, recently. Did Shikla have a mutant power, or was she just a mutant because she was half human, half succubus?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I just thought she was a monster.
Okay. Well, I mean, she's half human, half succubus. But I wasn't sure if she was actually, she also had an X gene or not.
I didn't even remember that she was half.
Well, if her mom is Shikla and her dad is Deadpool.
Oh, you're talking about Warda. I thought you were talking about Shikla. Sorry.
No. You
It's
said,
late.
oh, well, we see Warda, and then I said, oh, I was thinking about that recently, that Warda is half human, half succubus.
Got you, yeah.
But I wasn't sure if she actually had a mutant ability.
You know what? I don't remember, because even in the 2099 stuff, she just had that suit.
I mean, look, at this rate, God knows if we'll get more than, like, fucking 8 issues this year.
You broke up. Say that one more time.
I said, God knows if we'll get 8 issues of Deadpool this year.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, and it's not the fault of Kelly Thompson. It's just how the shipping schedules and everything is.
The damn COVID.
Oh, dude, it's going to be so interesting when we do the year-end award. And Best Book, Deadpool. And Best Writer, Kelly Thompson. And I think Best Artist is the only thing where we'll have multiple people.
Don't be so sure. Has he appeared in any other books?
I'm not reading any of the X-Men stuff, so unless he has showed up somewhere.
No, I don't think so.
Same exact thing. I don't read the Avenger book, so unless he has shown up somewhere in an Avenger book.
No, I don't think he has.
Okay. Well, let's wrap this baby up.
Indeed. Show notes. I'm just chilling in bed recording. I'm not even paying attention to anything else.
You can listen to our podcast friends. And I don't even know. I have to look up to see if any of these podcasts are still going on.
Oh, Word Balloon is still around. He's doing it full time. He's also doing live streaming on YouTube. So John Suntress is killing it right now in the podcasting interviews and stuff.
Why I Love Comics. Is that still around?
Oh, I have no clue.
Cass and Wax, we had to look that up. Sailor Business, we had to look that up. I think Wendy has stopped Double Page Spread, but she does a different podcast now about like movies from the 70s.
She used to love us. And she broke up with us.
Hey, look, we invite her. She's too busy. She actually is successful like us. You can follow Corwin on Twitter at EMPcast. You can follow me on Twitter at ZombieHotX23. Remember, you could, follow your Merc report to us on Facebook under Merc with a Podcast, Merc WA Podcast on Twitter, or email us at hipsterdocking@gmail.com. Corwin, you have anything else?
No, sir. Good night. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Wear your mask.
Good night, everyone. Robot Chicken Hulk here with a new PSA. Why are basketball players called cagers? In the early days, basketball courts were surrounded by metal or cloth netting. This prevented the ball from going into the crowd. Perhaps more important, it also prevented obnoxious spectators from throwing objects at the players or officials. So in essence, the game was played inside a cage. Thus, the players became known as cagers. And now you know. Do, 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 do.
So, Waters' first appearance is actually Spider-Man 2099 number 16, part of the Civil War II storyline. I didn't know that.
Of the Civil War II?
Yeah, the last Spider-Man 2099, Civil War tie-in. He was here in our time, so that's her first appearance.
Huh. And now you know. Do, 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 do.
Oh, I wasn't going to leave this in the episode, but I can if you want.